Hi, good morning. Welcome to Hijab News Australia. Here we have the panelists for today, Nurainie Ampatuan of Hilyah, Signorina, Managbanag by Navales, Azizah Talusah with HersLaha. Hi guys. Okay, thank you all for being here.
You're welcome.
So they're all from Philippines. So I'm so sorry if if I haven't mispronounced your names. So yeah, how are you guys? Most of all,
We're fine.
yeah,
We're doing great. I think we're all excited for the show.
Yeah, it's Santeria of June. So now the theme for this webinar is modest fashion industry in the Philippines. And since Australia and the Philippines, we don't really know much about it. So they're here to help us know about the Philippines and the fashion industry. So the panelists here, they all come from different backgrounds. There's ready to wear, and then for Navales, she specializes in bridal gowns, and HersLaha, she's ready to wear all of it. It's really cool. So yeah, so before we start, we're gonna sing the Australian national anthem and the Philippines national anthem. So okay, start. Okay. Okay, there's a bit of interruptions. Hold on. Okay, no, that's the wrong video. Sorry about that. So, good morning. Okay.
Good morning.
Wait, sorry. There's a sound.
Morning.
Sorry, there's actually a sound. Okay. Sorry for the technical issues. Wait. Okay. Okay. Good morning. The world is full of fast-paced ideas and notions. Many has adapted to digitalization and some have not. Many have understood the importance of expressing yourself through general platforms like social media mediums, but you could express it here in Hijab News Australia or Hijab Mood. Today is the day to initiate ideas and represent your individual brands and contribute to your respective nations. This is a great act of purpose. So today, we fulfill our purpose with fashion, modest fashion, and unique kind of fashion. Today, we shall discuss on different issues facing our respective fashion houses today. Today, we will progress to a better world. Thank you, panelists, for joining Hijab News Australia. So here's the opening statement. And so, guys, okay. So what is going on in the Philippines? Actually, the modest fashion industry in the Philippines. So we start with Eve, who has been in the modest fashion industry, the bridal industry for a long time. So you start with you, and how was your experience, especially in Cebu City?
By right now in this situation, we have experienced really the business is not really good, but after the quarantine was the ECQ is lifted up. I'm grateful because I'm starting to receive actually orders now, and it's I hope it gets better, and there's no more lockdowns.
Right. This is really cool because now it's COVID-19, right? And I've heard like the shops are closing down, but then those brands that have strong branding experience and all those things, I think, yeah, they'll make it through. So what about you, Nurainie?
I think the fashion industry here in Davao is not like the previous situation. It's because of there is still a community quarantine here, and there's a lot of limitations when it comes to buying your materials and engaging with your clients and engaging with your staff, like the one who's going to make your clothes. And I think this is not also the factor or like a case that could stop you from doing what you have started. So I think you should just go with the flow, and you just have to accept the situation. And there's so much there's many options still, even though we're all in this kind of situation, because it's not just here in Davao City, it's all over the world. So I think we should adapt to the situation and just look for more options.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So how about the HersLaha designer? Sorry, it's on mute. Your sound.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
For the HersLaha, we noticed that last year was totally locked down, so we maneuver everything, and we took strategies because I'm in a business marketing strategy. So I need to figure out how to maintain the brand name. So from that on, I noticed that most of Filipinos, they're now focusing more into local products, which is the local progress from the Philippines, and now they're supporting everyone's local products, and this is very good. In terms of modest fashions, is slowing phase in the Philippines. But as we go along, we're introducing some new perspective to the Filipino instead for the modest fashion. So I think it's progressively, slowly, but increasingly good. Yes.
So there's much progress is there, especially now it's Fashion Month on the 30th of June. So how are your preparations going, and how was the design process, and how you perceive the people of the Philippines, like how they want to perceive your fashion, because it's Modest Fashion Manila anyway, even though if it's like international, right? It's still there's the Manila name. How can you be so sure that your designs will actually fit the whole Philippines, but Manila and the Philippines, that they're all different? So what are your strategy for that?
Who's going first?
Okay, just any of you.
Okay, me. Actually, my preparations for the fashion show, it actually it's not easy because of the pandemic, and I was about to back out. To be honest, but Ayman told me, "Oh, you shouldn't. You know, this is international fashion show, and we need we need this." And I say, yeah, I really need it. I really want it, but the budget is really so tight. So the preparation is not easy, but I thank God because if there's a will, there's a way, and I am very grateful that I have these clients who trust me. They sponsor the dresses. Actually, I give
Wow.
it all. Yes, the
Amazing, Eve
what
Navales. You know, when you're wearing Eve Navales.
yes, I what I did really is that I approached somebody to sponsor a dress for the materials, and then I gave it away after that, after the fashion show, and they were so happy. And the sketch and the sketch and the fabric materials is so, you know, I made 28 collections. I can't believe it. And the sketch is like, oh, I think it's repeating the designs, and I'm confused. And the materials, yeah, as what I said, the materials are not really all available, the colors, and you know, but it all went well, and I'm so grateful. It's so challenging, but like Nurainie said, that you have to adapt, and you really have to find a way to pursue, and just believe in yourself and believe
To
in the
make things
people.
possible.
Yes.
Yes.
It's really amazing because
Yes, I agree
designers,
to
I
Miss
think
Eve also.
they're the only they're the only ones that actually have like the design process of everything. Everything has a
Mhm.
process, and
Mhm.
we're the only ones who are like passionate about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nurainie?
Yeah, I agree also to
Kevin?
Miss Eve. And I think one of I think the top difficult when it comes to creating a collection is the finance. Yeah. The finances, because you don't get to have the huge amount of money to start a collection. And it's Miss Eve is so lucky to have her own clients that would support her financially.
Yes,
Because
really.
I had difficulty when it comes to having this huge amount of money to create my own collection. But alhamdulillah, everything went well. And you just have to organize your collection when it comes to like starting your sketches, gathering your own materials, and organizing all the stuff that you need for making a collection, because it's not that easy to create a collection, especially if you're just the only one who's going to make it. right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So it's
definitely.
really
Those
hard,
loyal
but
clients, like keep them, you know. They're the only ones who understand your brand.
yeah,
And that's why branding aspect is so important. Like, you know, HS got the crown and
yeah. And I think
Navales got the feminine vibe. HersLaha got this
yeah.
like sassy
Mm.
vibe that I get. And like this
Yeah, I think everyone
yeah.
should have their own like identity as a designer, because it's fashion is not just about business, you know, it's about creating your own signature. It's about, you know, building a new more it's like building a new fashion era, and you just have to, you know, go with it and just do what you love.
Definitely. So how about Azizah? What's your opinion on it?
Well, as of now, we are trying to, how should I say, re-strategize our own team, like more inspiration into the COVID like that. So as we see, like a lot of PPE they're doing, so it's like a kind of modest thing, and we trying to see how we can go with it, especially the especially the fabric. So we have a lots of fabric here at the studio, and we're trying to make it like a how to
Your mic.
yes, and we're trying to do it as what we have, like the materials things in a studio. So we're just trying to create something very creative where everyone can wear it, and yes, ready to wear.
Right.
Yeah.
So if your brand is based on, you know, those heavy design processes, so according to your clients, how can you like do they actually have a constant style that they need, or do they change a lot?
Well, they have is it me?
Wait, no, it's Eve, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, but you can add if you want. Mhm.
Pardon, can you repeat the
Yeah.
question?
Okay, so like you know how your clients have like different sorts of style. Um do their style change over time, those loyal clients that you have as sponsors, or do they try to remain constant in their kind of fashion style? Like, you know, if they're more on the feminine side, you know, more beads, more flower petals, and if they're more simplest, classic, elegant style, I guess more like more into the fabrics selection.
Well, with my entry for the fashion show, the clients that sponsor me for the entry for the fashion show, actually they are very generous to they just say do what you want. Like the design, I
They
made
gave
a
you
design.
different.
It is,
Mhm.
yes, they said it's your fashion show, it's your thing, so you do all you want. They don't mind the design. I can I have the, you know, it's my design. They really, but as for now, I see with regards to my my shop, I'm receiving now my clients are going back. uh Now they are more like, when you say the design and the 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 style, they are more like, they want to to see what's in store, what's in store of you. Like they want to say, oh, what you can do for this. I like this, but if you have a, you can do something to make it more nice or more attractive or something like that. They are so open now, and with regards also to the budget, they are. I am so thankful that pandemic changed the way of thinking of the clients. Like they'll say, oh, they will not, like, if you say this price, and they will not say, oh, can I have a discount. It's not like that I mean, for so far it's not like that, because they were thinking we are very affected with the pandemic, and they will just
Pandemic.
yeah, they will just say, okay, like it's a very nice welcome in my business here in Cebu. Yeah.
Such great loyal clients. How about
Yes.
you, HS?
Yeah, I agree. I think the client's demand to the fashion designers here in Philippines, it's like it really depends on what kind of occasion they're going to or attending to. For example, my clients in Zamboanga, they're really into modest clothing and they're really into beadworks. So I guess you have to meet halfway with your client in
Yeah.
um what kind of demands they're asking for, and you should also have the initiative to like engage with what kind of design would you like them to wear. It's because it's you who's going to make them wear one of your pieces, so you have to like consider what they want and also what you prefer them to wear for the like particular event. And I think it's not just about looking good. It's not just about wearing the glitters or like the good fabrics, but it's also about,
Yeah.
wearing a piece that would make them feel, beautiful, and like a piece that would make them feel more unique and classy and, elegant.
Right. Now the HersLaha designer.
Yes, for HersLaha, as everyone knows, we have our own abaya and the scarves. So they're very excited how we're matching the inol stuff into the abaya. So most of our clients that are really into, how should I say, a VIP guest from Davao, from Manila. They're requesting the abaya to be making it very unique into signature, because in every abaya we're producing it is named after the client. For example, Aviana, Nurainie. So that abaya would be only for exclusively. So there are like unique touches in our abaya that is signatured for her own look. So in our client base, when they're requesting, we are listening how we are making them more satisfied with our creation. So that's our goal and that's our missions to move along with. And we have also a general abaya touch where everyone can purchase it, and that is like a limited editions. So yes.
Right. There's a limited edition for HersLaha. So like there's a lot of things going on with customization, especially during like what the media says about it and
Exactly.
how customized outfits will make your brand really good. Do you believe that selling your brand, not like selling your brand, um, branding is more important than what you give as um, as the customer service, etc., or the products itself? Like, start with Eve. Sorry. Okay, can you hear me? So sorry.
Yes.
So do you believe like selling your brand is much more important than the products itself? Like having a really close and hugging relationship with your client, or just for the sake of you know designing clothes for them, the products itself? Like which ones do you prefer as a customer experience?
Well, for me, I much more important for me is that the client is satisfied, and I am not so well. My friends always say you should start branding yourself like this, like that, and but for me, the most important for me is that the smile on the face of the client, like she's that the this is what I am actually doing right after, like when the client go out in my and pick up the dress, and after the event, like she wear it uh, tonight, so um like I say, let's say 6 o'clock, the party, I will like after the party, like 10 p.m. I will chat her and say, how was the dress? How do you find it? And she will say, oh my God, it's so nice. I look so good. It's like, it's much more important to me than my brand. Um, the satisfaction, and it's it's also one thing that I can share is that clients go to me because they know that this design is me. Like, I am, my branding. They say my branding is like ruffles, like something in the sleeves, and and the clients that go to me actually are the ones who like it. So it's not really that also difficult with regards to what's more important, the branding or the the client satisfaction, because mostly the clients that go to me are the one who like my styles, something like that.
Yeah, that's like HersLaha too. So HS, your opinion on it?
Yeah, I really agree to what just Miss Evelyn said. And I think branding and quality of the products, also the satisfaction of the client should be balanced. It's because if you're marketing your brand, you have to meet the client's expectations of you on what you're sharing, like for example, to the public or to the social media. You have to um, make sure that what they're looking at your brand is what they're getting from you, right? Because it's important if you have this like a good quality products, because clients will go back to you for and will purchase another product, because they can assure that you're doing a good quality, and you're making sure that they're getting a good service. So I think it should be balanced. Branding and quality of the products should be balanced.
Yes, I'm very interested in the limited edition kind of thing because I haven't heard of it, to be honest. So you said that like the customer experience is much more important because you said that the abaya will be named after the client. So that's what you said. But is there going to be a change in the sustainability branding for HersLaha, because you guys are all on for sustainability kind of thing?
Okay. The first question that we're always asking ourselves is that how do you define your brand's voice intentionally? When you're making the piece of it, you wanted to know what's the story behind your collections, and that's the most important in ours. Like for example, if we're making it more into a sustainable, then what inspired us most, and that's what we've drawn our attention more to our clients. Like our clients were the very inspired about the story behind, and then the creation behind the story, why you're making it, whether it's from a DIY thing, whether it's from a very vintage materials that we got from our mom's collections before, or it's more about the business brand. So how we are bringing our business brand into the business is by bringing our voices and ourselves as a brand. Like for example, when we have a clients, the most important integral core relation for us is the customers. How should I say? The involvement with us, how we're making relationship with them, how we are making them feel with our brand, especially the collections that she's bringing in outside the world. Like for example, she's going to US, she's going to Russia, and she's representing the HersLaha. So whenever we're making the brand correlation to our customers, we're making sure that they are part of our business goal perspective. Yes, so that's how we are growing them.
Right. Just another thing. So since you guys are from the Philippines respectively, so what are you guys seeing from each of the regions? Do you guys see modesty, or do you guys see more on the ethnicity kind of fashion, or is it more like those everyday kind of fashion? So So start with Eve.
Here in Cebu, I can see that so far, especially with regards to because I engage with photo shoots of something like what's this
Yeah. Okay.
call it engage photo shoot engagement, something like that, and it's really I call it not modest, not so modest. Mostly it's not so modest. It's it's more on showing of the skin, feeling sexy, showing sexiness and skin and so far. But that's it. Well, the here in Cebu, it's the people are very there are modest, there are people who wear modest, but but I think also it how this stylist offer to the clients their ideas and something. But there are also you can see that there are also people who wear modest clothes, but not really. Um, they are more not so conservative, and
Right. So maybe
it's
they're not really involved with fashion brands or modest fashion brands. They just want to just feel just the feeling of, being like wearing those kind of clothing. So
yeah.
HS.
Actually, when it comes to the Philippines fashion industry, like for example, from the Moro and indigenous Filipino culture, you can really tell that the differences of the fashion of the tribes are into modest way. Like if you can observe the traditional attires, they're like arranged in a modest way, because the some parts of the some parts like the neck part or the elbows are covered, and it's so nice because you get to interact with these communities and you get to know their like values and meanings of why they are wearing this kind of fashion, why they have this kind of cultures when it comes to um when it comes to their traditional attire. So when I created my collection, I assured that I actually made 3 categories on my collection, and I assured that each of the category, it's like a new perspective on what kind of target market I'm going to like focus. Like for example, I have this genre for the ready to wear collection, and I have this luxe wear for the young adults, and I also have this high fashion, which I think it's like haute couture in France. So I guess we cannot call ourselves as designers that we have this haute couture pieces, because calling yourselves having these kind of pieces, you should have more qualifications and more you know standards. So I called it high fashion. So when we say high fashion, it's like a very intricate and detailed, and it's very um it's just for a group of people that would prefer to have these unique styles. So that's what I really focused on my collection.
Okay, HersLaha designer.
Seeing into a Filipino perspective, they have different preferences. Some of them they like locals, and some of them they like international branding, and some of them they like different tastes, because different customers they have different own way. All right, so according to the research what we have done, continuously research about it, the consumer perspective and this new normal has been changed gradually. That means is that they are looking more into a local products, and that's how HersLaha and Port Claire has been collaborated in Manila to produce more into a local yet a sustainable and affordable pricing. So in our own branding, which is the HersLaha, we are more focusing on how we are uh, growing more into a Filipino perspective, where the indigenous, or how should I say, the Inal signature of Mindanao can be brought up and voiced out into the people's wear. So meaning to say is that when we bring HersLaha into the modest fashion in the Philippines, we have to make sure that our branding, our signature, and our content is synchronized with the Filipino perspective. And that's how we see that the marketing how they see, perceive, so that we're following into the way of marketing.
Yes, you guys are representing the whole of Philippines, so more different regions, and yeah, you guys are the advocates for the moro, and then the abaya, the Filipino abaya. I mean, I haven't even heard of it, like all the way from Australia, to be honest. And then Cebu City, you said that they're following on like the feelings of what they like in fashion, just the casual kind of wearing. So yeah, this is very interesting, because here in Australia, I think yeah, we're very conservative in those kind of city kind of way. Like we just want to dress simply kind of thing. Yeah, so from all of you guys' experience, you guys have one common goal, actually, is just to represent Philippines as a multicultural nation. And it's not just what the stereotypes, sorry, what to say in Spain, because I had like an interaction with Filipino Australians as well in here, who's from the Philippines, but they grew up in Australia too. And yeah, they they told me that there is Muslims in like in Philippines too. So yeah. So what are you guys like experiencing as a creative director? Like, what are your challenges in this diverse Philippines? Like the type of challenges that that people here in Australia may not know about Philippines, and you may argue with Australian designers who think they know Philippines very well. So what
Yeah.
are those challenges that you're facing right now? But there's Katrina Gray, who is a Philippines, like Miss Universe Philippines, who is Australian, but there's not enough of representation. How can you say
I
about
think
that?
I think one of the challenges that we're encountering as a Filipino designer is when it comes to using the local products or the traditional textiles, because there's a lot of Filipino designers who aren't aware of what type of textile that they're allowed to use, especially when they're not doing their research and they just have to put this textile here and there, and they just have to patch anything everywhere on the clothes. So I think this is what we must consider, and like we have to do more research about these traditional textiles, because these has significant meanings to the communities, and these textiles are really important. So I think more designers should do their research.
Okay, Eve.
Yeah, I agree with Nurainie. I am also like um when I have a client I have clients in Australia actually. They are Filipino clients, and uh they are very they are Filipino clients, but others are they grow up already in Australia, and they are very when it comes to materials, they are very specific. Like, I like this, I like that, and yeah, you have to give your best to give them the best fabric that you can.
Okay, HersLaha designer.
Yes, technically speaking, most of the clients are looking into how we are putting the pieces into the creation. So in our way, we are struggling actually into how we are not convincing, should I say, but putting the modest fashion not into religious way perspective, because whenever you're saying this abaya is for like this like that, they thought that this abaya only specifically for Muslim people, but where in fact the abaya is just to cover the aura, which is the whole body, and you can add it way onto your own preferences. So in my, as a creative director, this is my struggle. This is the honest struggle that we're facing like day to day. And some of the VIPs were asking, can I wear this during the judge? Can I do this like that? I said, be it by yourself, but modest fashion is your own way how you're carrying it by yourself. So this is how we are trying to tell the client space. Yes.
Yes, there's not a lot of people who wears abayas as except those mothers out there, because yeah, they just like something comfortable. I feel like in my personal experience wearing abayas, I think I'm just comfortable with it. But I feel like if you're a mom, you're very comfortable with it for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah, because you just like a slip on kind of thing,
Yes,
and you don't
yes.
have to like show like some body figures or something. And yeah, yeah, the abayas in Australia is not that common, to be honest. And I feel like, yeah, introducing abayas to Australia will just make it more harmonious in a way, since
Exactly.
Australia is really multicultural country. And Nurainie, well, your experience with just saying that there's a lot of misrepresentation in the Philippines, but then we just try like to just be positive about it, just showing like the hot culture designs that we can be as, as ourselves, and be happy with our designs and what we offer, especially. And for you as well, Eve, yeah, of course, spot on, because you have an experience with a Filipino Australian. So in my experience, there's actually a lot of the Filipino Australians, I can say that they know what they want and they just say it, and we're very direct as well. We're like we're not we as Australians in general, we just like to be direct, but then sometimes we just hurt each other's feelings in a way, but then sometimes it's not our problem. But like that's kind of the problem in the Filipino Australian thing. So yeah, there's a lot of psychology stuff, just analyzing people. And that's the job of creative director. I bet you guys are like, just so amazing with how you think, how you
Yeah.
adapt
Well,
with customers.
in my case, when I was creating my collection, I really made sure that I went to the communities and I made them sign a consent for some legal papers, so that I can assure to myself that I'm using these textiles in a way that I'm not, disrespecting the communities or even the tribes or some ethno-linguistic groups, because it's really important that the communities are aware of what kind of design or what kind of perspective you're going to change on, or like you're going to apply for the traditional textiles.
Yes, especially when you visit Sultan Kudarat.
Yeah.
These people have a lot of more experience than
and you have to engage with them. You have to make them understand your intention and your perspective on what kind of clothes, because it's nice if they get to know your vision. And yeah, I think that's one thing you have to consider.
For brands, community engagement is very important. What are your participation in those kind of areas? So start with Eve. Like community participation, the brand engagement to your community, like you, for example, you support this kind of organization that you have, or just simply being, loyal to your clients is part of brand community engagement.
Me, I only have clients. Like with regards to community, I don't really engage more on the community. I am more focused on my clients for now.
Okay. HersLaha designer?
Yes, we are supporting individual women who are doing the waiver. We are not supporting any organizations or anything, but I believe in women empowerment where we can support the family and especially the women that we're encouraging them to do. And we are very happy because they're doing it customized design by how we are, we see it like we want to design more into as tech design into a moral thing. So that's how we are trying to collaborate with them if that's possible. So everyone says it's possible, so why not? We're doing it with them. So I'm very happy that we're supporting the individuals.
Okay, HS.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. And I think it's supporting these women and these communities are really important, especially as a Filipino designer and as a Maguindanaoan designer, because you get to preserve the culture and you get to, promote what you have in the community that you came from. And it's one of the like a humble thing and a pride that you can bring on your journey to creating your own brand.
Yes, the journey is very important, especially storytelling. And
Yeah.
as I can see, you guys have a lot of specific kind of storyline, uh, and they all have one message. Is this to actually bring together like humanity, just respecting other cultures, and it's very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Because it's really important that you know your yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's so important that you get to know deeper on about your culture, because it's where you came from, and it's your identity as a person, as a Filipino.
Yeah. So you guys have a lot of for brands, especially as creative director, you always have to like know a lot of like this instinct that there's your brand has to have like this kind of direction, I think, and then this um you know this kind of direction. Is there any brand crisis that you guys experience throughout the process of going into Modest Fashion Manila? Start with Eve.
Yes, with my collection for the Modest Fashion Manila, it's actually I have this experience putting the modest concept. So not to not no sleeveless, not below neckline, and so what I did is I put because uh I also consider my clients who are sponsoring my collections that they can wear it, because their way. So what I did, I just put covering on the here and and in their arms, like something like that, just to so they can use it after, something like that. It's my struggle actually, but so far I carried it on.
Yeah, that's nice. That's cool. I think we should also consider, when it comes to modest fashion perspective, there's a lot of, clients who are thinking that it's just for Muslim people or it's just for Muslim community. I think we should have this uh, vision changed, because of course when we say modest way of clothing, it's like it's obvious that these pieces are not showing too much skin, they're not showing too much like clothes. So So I think we should have this mindset that we should change what's already in the platform. And I guess this is a good start for all of us.
But
Mhm.
actually, I will add up to it. After I saw my videos, my collections, because actually my time is very limited with doing the 28 collections. For like I do it for 1.5 months, my 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks only. So I have I don't have much time to create, to be more creative with it. So but then I realized after I saw the video and after I saw the photos, I can do more, and I just have this realization, and I think, well, modest fashion is very nice. I mean, I could have done something more.
Yeah.
I could have done something more to make the dress look modest in a way that it's not that just to comply the modest fashion guidelines. But because of the very limited time that I have in myself, but I realized this. Well, it's good that when I saw the pictures, I saw, oh my god, I can do more with, if I have much more time, I can do more to make it modest. Like, well, I am if I am the if I will have to decide the design actually without considering anyone, I don't do actually more like, I want it not not so liberated but not too conservative also, because to make it wearable for the people here, for my clients. But I can do it more, really. I was really like, well, if I have much time, I can do it more modest. And I was thinking that there is really uh more you can do being modest and being classic, and very, very, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, HersLaha.
Aviana, can you please repeat the questions that you're asking specifically?
Okay, so specifically with the challenges of Modest Fashion Manila, like the challenges as a creative director, and how specifically what kind of instinct, like the immediate reaction that you have to face, especially in this hectic time.
Well, for HersLaha, we are lack of a workforce, and that is very true. And each of us, we're mothers. We have different responsibilities, and we're putting into a specific time to create the pieces that we wanted. And that time is dedication. That means we are looking for more inspiration. So when it comes to inspirations, that's where we wanted to involve the customer's perspective. We're asking them, how do you see these pieces? We're asking the VIPs, we're asking all the loyal clients whether they like it or not, because we're putting everything into one pieces, into a greater look. So for the Manila perspective, we strategize it different, maneuver everything into last minute, because this is what we wanted to bring into a new mall. Like the pieces we have is not like the old one, but a new innovations, a new create, and a new wear, but into a modest fashion. Yeah, in the modest way. Because being a modest is preferably by yourself, like whether conservative or not. So it's all depend on us. So we are relying more into a customer, how they are wearing the pieces we are involving in.
Okay, that's so beautiful. But like the only thing that resonates me the most is actually I haven't been designing in a very long time. That's because, to be honest, the modest fashion, the name is actually, there's a lot of work to it. The term modest fashion, like Eve says, there's a lot of things that you could add, the more glitters that you could add, the more symbolism that you could add from modest fashion, and all those sorts. How okay, based on my experience, right? It's not motivating for me to design, especially so as well, because my experience is actually like so tough. Oh my god, the passing the exams, oh my god. And
Exactly.
how for those designers, like ex-designers but like me, how can you motivate yourself, especially, and doing it professionally as well? What are your trips, like tips and tricks?
Can I start with?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, for HersLaha, to be honest, we are not graduate from the fashion design. We're not into a thing, but because of the love and the passion we're putting it into the pieces, that what brings us. We learned sewing from our mom, and by our self-learn, we are learning more into it. So what motivate us to do more is seeing the inspiration behind it, seeing the brand goals and vision and missions behind it. We, as a creative directors, I'm trying to re-strategize this all the because the customer's perspective, they keep changing and changing gradually because of the new normal facing on these challenges. Yeah. What motivates us more is we have to be very practical when it comes to economically financial constraints. All right. A second, we are looking into the workforce, whether we can do it or not, meaning a time management, how we are managing it. Like, for example, I'm managing two different industries, totally different from modest fashions, and my sister is also totally different perspective into a business core, and that's how we are trying to making it. And it's very hard as I won't say fashion designer, but it's very hard as a creative modest fashions designer.
Yeah, especially some creative directors, they only have experience in art or photography, or they're just like passionate in art. Okay, next, HS.
I think my motivation as a fashion designer is that every time I see my creation, it's like it's telling me that this piece would someday be worn by some independent and strong women, and it really motivates me because my inspiration came from my personal style. It came from my a vision that I want to change in the fashion industry. Like, for example, the traditional textiles, I want them to be recognized, not just a traditional textile from from these specific groups, but I want them to be recognized, as a good product and as a good textile in the world, that we can actually use it as a signature, or specific personal style, or like you can add it to your accessories, or like your clothes, your like on your top. So I think it's your motivation is really depends on staying true to yourself, because you have to get that motivation within you. Like, you have to feel it in your heart that what you're doing is what you really love, and your clients will feel that. Your clients will feel that you're really doing what you love, and you're pursuing your dreams, and they will realize it, and they will probably appreciate what you're doing for them.
Okay, Eve.
Yes, I totally agree with Nurainie, because that's the that's the I think it's the power that your that motivation within yourself is the power within you, that
Yeah,
will that the your clients and the people around you will feel.
will feel that, right?
Yes, they will feel it, and they will trust you, and they will believe in you, because they see it without
They
even.
see your efforts, they
Yeah,
see your hard
yes,
work.
yeah, actually, I was very touched with. I want to share this. I was very touched. One of my sponsors in Singapore. I told her, Mom, thank you for your trust. And she said, you know, if you are worth the trust and you are worth the sponsorship, because I see you, and I know you, that you are working very, very hard for your dreams, and this is it. Something like, these people, I only met her, this
Once,
client, I
twice.
only, yes, once. I Yes, I only made her twice dress, but you know the that's the one thing that is very, very inspiring, and that will motivate you. These clients are happy, and when they go to you, and then after the delivery, you make a bond and a good relationship, and
Yeah.
it's like you that's why you keep on going. Sometimes being a fashion designer is so tiring. It's not an easy, it's not easy. But these clients, that they are so happy, and yeah, that just like Nurainie said, that if you do what you love, and it's they just feel it, and you don't count the cost, and you don't count the effort, and the
Yeah.
client will feel it, and it's really inspiring. What keeps me going.
This is really inspiring because this actually applies to a lot of women. Like we want to feel belonged as well. So I'm afraid we're running out of time. So for the conclusion, right? I actually want to ask, since we all like women, right? And we have a lot of things going on too. Um, so these are the panelists that will actually be the role model for everyone, not just trying to be a role model, but we just exist, okay? And we're just pursuing our passions. Do you think like you have these kind of what is it called again? Oh my god, this posture syndrome or something?
Quality.
Oh no. The imposter syndrome, sorry. So those kind of syndrome is just like, because this thing, I don't feel like good at it or something. Do you guys feel any of that actually? This feeling that you're not really good at your job, to be honest. Just like this thing that you have inside as someone in the industry.
Yeah, I think we all have these different types of anxieties and insecurities in ourselves. But as long as we know how to handle ourselves, and we know how to interact with other people, and we know that we're doing the right thing, and I think there's no need to worry about anything that could possibly happen. You just have to stay true to yourself, and just you know have a good communication with other people.
Okay. HersLaha, designer?
For the imposter syndromes, I think this is the last topic that we talk about in the mental health. It's very important for us, like for example, as me, creative directors, how we are going to face the challenges. So that's where we're putting a boundary into social life, and also into a social media life, and a personal perspective. Yes. So I think is because the imposter syndromes comes when you have a procrastination, when you're thinking negative thought, that you're not competent enough to deal with, or you're afraid to compete with other designers. But I say, hey, what? Be yourself. Like, do your own creation. Everyone is unique. Like, why you have to compare yourself? So that's how we are trying to motivate ourselves. Yes, we are trying to
that's
think
very
more
good.
positive.
Designers,
Yeah.
like, we just
Yes, like,
focus.
yes,
And
focus
like
on your own.
we enjoy what we're doing. Everyone has different
Yeah.
segments.
Exactly.
And that's
So, like,
that's the number one thing. You should focus on yourself, and do not compare yourself to other
yes,
people.
true.
It's simple as that, because you're different
Mhm.
from someone else.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like for those who are thinking of profit in some ways, like those designers, there's a lot of profit in all different segments. It doesn't have to be like a big kind of brand or a lot of workforce. That's a lot of audits if you have a lot of workforce. It doesn't mean that there's more profit. Yeah, I'll start with you, Eve, because you're a graduate in business administration. I mean, like, you know, for those designers who just like thinking of getting like, oh, you know, being a fashion designer, you know, it's hard to get profit and stuff. But like, there's a lot of different segments to get profit, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I often have that imposter syndrome. Well, it's not because of like it doesn't came from outside, but it came from me inside, that I am like, when I create something, I look for more. Like, I think this is not, you know, like you, it's more on like, perhaps it's called perfectionist, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I think this is not like something like that, but I am happy, and I am so like lucky to have these people around me that they tell me that it's good, it's your work is nice, it's quality, and you know, you just have to trust yourself. Because yeah, something like that, because sometimes I really doubt myself, and if if something goes wrong, I blame myself to it. I don't blame anyone but myself, that oh my god, I didn't do this very good. So that's it. But later on, we I mean, I recover it, that by you know, saying you can do more. Like, next time you can do more, and 1% improving yourself a day is a great
Yeah.
already. So that's it. I'm happy with Azizah said today. It's really good. It affects me. It what's this, benefit me.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think imposter syndrome also triggers when you're, you know, when you're like thinking too much of the judgments of someone else. Yeah.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
you're really focusing on yourself and you just don't please anyone, and you just have to do the best. You just have to, you know, give your best shot.
yes, yes.
Yes, the right people will come, the right clients will
Mm.
come, the right
Yeah.
community will come.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
So is there any last sentences, words like for modest fashion industry in the Philippines, and how can it be recognized in the world?
What was
Okay,
the question?
start with
Aviana?
HS. Sorry, I forgot to
What was the
mention.
question, please?
Is there any last words or sentence that you could share about modest fashion in the Philippines, especially industry, and how could it be recognized in the world? Just like one sentence for us, for everyone to
Oh,
remember.
I think for this upcoming event, Modest Fashion Manila, I just want to say good luck to everyone and God bless us all. I know we really did our best, and even though we're in the same path and the same category, like modest, we're promoting modest fashion. I know that we all have this uniqueness and differences. So Godspeed.
Okay.
Me, I well this personally, this modest fashion international fashion show changed changed something in me, and I was thinking that, as as a woman and as a fashion designer who chooses women, especially women. I was encouraged to like, I want women to dress like a woman. I want women to be respected by the way she dressed, not be bullied or embarrassed with the way she dressed. And I am really, I have that feeling now that I wanna, like, in my everyday client that came in, I want to share it, you know, because um it's important that a woman should be respected the way, by the way she dressed. That's it.
Good, good call. Okay, now next, HersLaha.
Yes, for HersLaha, we are very excited for the new collections, and I'm very excited to see the other collections because it's been a long time we haven't been involved in the international modest fashion industry for quite like, I think 2 to 3 years. So for this phase on June, it's very exciting for everyone, and I'm very, very happy to be involved back again after a long time.
Thank you, panelists, for all your juicy information, juicy, glittery information for the modest fashion industry. And I cannot wait to observe your modest fashion tips and tricks as well, and to show it to the world, especially where we all come from different nations, and especially Australia and Philippines are very different. And thank you for actually sharing the Filipino industry and the Filipino culture to Australia. So today, the purpose of, you know, being a fashion designer and sharing your thoughts is all, it doesn't come to waste. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
also for
you.
having us.
Join us next time for Hijab News Australia's next webinar. Thank you for watching.